welcome back to the road to 160 kg. So as per usual, we're going to be kicking off with 60 kg this evening, but the most important thing here, and you'll know if you watched the previous video, if you haven't, go back and watch it, but I've completed 130 kilos, game complete. 5x5, 5 sets of 5 repetitions, 130, which now means we can go and attack 140 kg. So that's what we're going to be working up to this evening. Fingers crossed it works out that way. Please, please, please. Central nervous system, stick in with me. Yeah, hopefully we'll get up to 140. Then we'll see if we can add some reps to 140. Best I've ever done before was 2 reps at 140. So I've got some way to go to get that to 5 over the next couple of weeks, and then start adding sets to those 5s as well. But look back 4 or 5 weeks ago, that's exactly the position I was, tackling 130. So it can be done. And then when we've done that, then we're in a prime position to smash the living daylights out of 160. What have I got to go alongside all of this? Some pre-workout, as per usual. Haven't finished the blinking thing, but hopefully that will keep it kicking through. And I think last video I was watching a Tom Platz documentary, wasn't I? This evening, Dorian Yates. Hey, I don't need music. I need motivation and watching absolute incredible flipping weightlifters, bodybuilders do their thing. So that's what we're doing. We've got some pre-workout, which is really buzzing off my ears with Peter Annerly and Dorian Yates showing us how it's going. So let's get kicked off. Let's start with a 60 kg, blow the cobwebs off and away we go. Okay, well, there isn't really much I can say about that weight. It's 60 kg. My 7-year-old can probably lift it. She can't, that was an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're putting another 20k on each side. So we'll go up to 100 kg for the next lift. Now, as you know, I like to add in a little bit of back into these exercises as well. So usually what we'll do is we'll grab the V-bar here and crack on with some back. I'm going to do that again this evening. We're just going to do some relatively light. I just like doing it. It's a force of habit, especially with bench. Just get a little bit of pump in the back. So we're going to set up the high pulley machine here. We're just going to go to about, what's that, 55, 60 kg. So it's well under body weight, but it'll just keep me keeping on. So what we're going to do is literally just grab it in. Probably not going to show you all of these sets, you don't need to see it. I'll edit it. I know, shock horror, Barry editing a video. I'll just make sure I'm doing this in between sets, but I'll just show you the bench press set. Oh. Because you came here to see if I can tackle 140 kg this evening. Oh. Oh. Not how decent my back pump is. Okay, right. Let's crack on. 100 kg. Let's get this going on. Fingers crossed. Yeah, we'll see what happens with this Dorian Yates documentary. I've just got it on. Met him once in central London. He runs a gym. Unless it's changed on and around Covent Garden, he did, but I'm not sure if he still does. Right, let's go. 100 kg. Made a noise and a half, didn't it? So that was only 6 repetitions. Got nothing to prove at 100 kg, except for switching on some of those muscle fibers, switching on up here, just getting ready for lifting heavier. Not going to expel too much energy lifting 100 kg. There's no point. So as I mentioned this evening, warm up on 60 as always, onto 100 for 6. We're now going to stick those 10s on. We'll go up to 120, tackle 3-4 reps on that, then up to 130, tackle 3 or 4 reps on that, then we're going for the big 140. Fingers crossed, see how that is. That's getting close to my best. So again, if you've watched the videos before, hopefully you have, about 2 videos ago, or maybe 1, no, 2 videos, lifted and got 150 up. Get in, happy days. So I know I've got that maximum lift of 150 in me right now, but it's a massive difference. This is a crazy thing, right? Have I got a weight down here? I have, right? So this here is 10 kilos. So lifting this in one hand, that is the difference between my 150 kg bench and 160, which is my flipping nemesis, my dream bench. Mental. But the weight that I just lifted there, that 10 kilos, when you add that to the bar and go 150 to 160, for those that have tried to increase their bench by 2.5, by 5 kilos, 7.5 kilos, you'll know you literally may as well stick another 20 on each end sometimes. It's crazy, really is crazy. Right, let's get those other 2 10s on and we'll tackle 120. Perfect, good stuff. Right, so we've now got 120 on there. So 20, 40, 50 each end, 7 foot, 20 kilogram Olympic bar. All good. What's happened to Dorian Yates? That doesn't look like Dorian Yates. Who's that?
Ryan's insane training intensity was showcased in his iconic Blood and Guts video released later in 1996.
Seen it. That's a crazy, crazy film. Blood and Guts.
Show you how I've trained to be the world's #1. I hope you're ready. This is going to be rough. No one ever put out an authentic.
Look at the size of that mother trucker.
Little stringers on the beach. That's exactly why I did it. I had a friend who was a photographer.
That's insane, isn't it? If you haven't seen that, Blood and Guts, have a look at it. Absolutely mental. And strangely enough, that's exactly what his pre-workout's called as well. So Dorian Yates pre-workout. Yeah, absolutely mental. Right, let's kick on with 120, see how we get on. Fingers crossed this will go up. Well, it will go up, we know that. But I only want to stick to 3 or 4. I don't want to expel too much because I want some energy left top end for that 140. Okay. You're like, bloody hell, Barry, you're just reducing your rep range. So what did we do there? 4 repetitions there at 120. So we've gone, what did we do? We went 6 reps at 100. We've just gone 4 reps at 120. So we're going to go for 2 or 3 reps on 130. We know we've got a good, when I warm up, 5 5s, we've done it. So we know we can get 5 reps, 5 sets on 130. But again, we're going to go 2 or 3 on 130, then go up to 140. Just want to make sure I've still got enough in the tank to really battle with that 140. And it's just what I do after that, or how I program it in. Still want to put that 100 in there just to get everything firing. So I'll probably warm up 60 still, blow the cobwebs off, 100. Then it might be we just go 100, 120, 140. So I might miss the 130 out. Just go 120 for 4 or 5 reps and straight up to 140 from now on. We'll see, we'll see. I'll program it in anyway. But to be honest with you, there's nothing to say. This 130 is going to go up easy this evening. mean, I trained chest, what, 3 days ago, 4 days ago last, 3 days ago. So this might stick, 140 might not go up at all. Nothing can say. It's a different day, anything could happen. Right, I did say I wasn't going to show you any more back, but solid, do you know what I mean? Just going to smash another set of this out. And I'm just doing this just to bide a little bit more time. Yeah, it's going to fatigue me slightly, even with a pull. But it's not fatiguing any of those muscles that I'm going to be bringing in on this press. As I said, it just allows me just to make sure my back's nice and stable. And to be honest with you, between me and you, I just freaking love V-bar pull down. So there we go. Yeah, so I know I've seen a couple of comments saying, Barry, are you not doing arms anymore? Are you not doing back, etc, etc, etc? Of course I am. So bench is my full focus. I'm getting in 3 bench sessions a week now, or 3 in 7 days, pretty much 3 in 8 days. So yeah, getting more focused because I want to hit that 160, as all of you know. I've probably reduced some of the intensity in other muscle groups and use those really to, how can I say, kind of like build endurance. As well as that, just keep supporting muscle groups as I've taught them firing, like triceps, etc. So yes, absolutely, done an arm workout, did an arm workout the day before this session that we're doing now. So you'll see that posted, well, it's probably already been posted by the time this video goes out, of course. But yeah, just done arms. Yes, also doing shoulders as well. And yes, I'm doing front raises and I'm doing exercises for triceps on shoulder, so close grip pulls or close grip pushes. Yep. You can't tell me, honestly, can't say to me, don't do front raises, etc, etc. I just think they do help my press. And I get a lot less injuries when I concentrate on doing those types of lifts. I think they do help me, so I'll keep doing them. But I do know what all of you say about you're overworking your front delts because you're doing it with presses and different exercises, but just the way I'm programmed, I see it, if anything, stabilising, getting strength around that area. So we'll see. Right, we've got 130 kg on the bar now, as you know, 20, 40, 50, 55. So 110 kilograms in wheels, then 20 kilograms on the axle, so 130 total. See if we can get this up for 2 or 3 reps. Well, we will do, but you know what I mean. Right, let's get this going on. It's great to be able to say now, actually, to be not blasé, but to be like just confident of 130 kilograms going up, like 2 or 3. As if I go back to the beginning of September, that certainly wasn't the case. I could get to 145 max, but I was nowhere close to volume on 130 or anything like that. I was struggling to get volume of like 4 or 5 reps on 120. Right, let's dial this in. I need to concentrate and get this up. Let's go. Right, I went for 5 there because that was weak. That was a weak set. That's a weak set. That's 130 kilos, for God's sake. 3, 4 days ago, I did 5 sets of 5. Better than that. So I'm going to put that down to not a lot of rep volume to get to this weight. I've usually done more reps on 100. I've usually done more reps on 120 to get to this. So I still reckon my central nervous system that still has to dial in. So I'm hoping for a next better set. Right. Okay, we're going to go up to 140. I'm going to take these 10 and 5 off. We're going to put another 20 on there to make it a cleaner bar. So it'll be 3 20s. I'm not going to make you watch that. So I'll see you back in 2 secs. Right, we're back in the game and we've got 140 kilos on the bar. So you've got 20, 40, and now we've taken the 5 and the 10 off and we've added the 20. So you've got 3 wheels on each side, 140 going on. Cool, just did a little back exercise while, or after should I say, doing that 140. Now literally just taking another minute out before we tackle that 140. Watching a little bit of Dorian Yates in his prime. Look at that, he was an absolute animal, wasn't he? And Flex Wheeler as well. I forget how dialed in that guy was.
Third title that night, but not without controversy. A lot of people point to 1994 as the year bodybuilding took a turn for the worse, when a belly-bloated, disproportionate mass monster defeated a smaller but tight-waisted, superbly proportioned classicist.
Forget the fact that I thought I should beat Dorian Yates. I think that Dorian in '94.
Yeah, that was quite controversial because it literally, that's where you used to see the steroid bloating, which you see now with the bigger guys. Like C-Bum hasn't got it too much, like Bumstead now, but others coming in, especially the mass monsters, just absolute freaking steroid guts, bloats. But yeah, Dorian Yates had it. He was a mass monster, but compared to like Flex Wheeler, Ray, Jesus Christ, he's like that Ray guy. See if he's still on, and then I'll do the 140, I promise. This guy here,
But they could have done the right thing, and I thought they didn't that year.
I mean, that is such a cracking physique. Cracking physique on that Flex Wheeler. Unbelievable. Right, let's get 140. Hopefully I'll get this up for a couple. We'll see. But yeah, definitely need it up for one. But yeah, I'll get a couple, and then we need to work on this and get this up to 3 repetitions, 4 repetitions, 5 repetitions. Even if I can just get out a couple of sets of 2 this evening on this, and we're getting in the right direction. Fingers crossed. See how we get on. We've got some work to do on those, haven't we? Okay, so that was 2 repetitions. That second one stuck, but I switched off. First one flew up, second one was mediocre, wasn't it? So we'll take a little bit of a break, then we're going to go for another set of 2 reps on that 140. And as I said, over the next couple of weeks, we need to get that to 3, 4, 5, and see if we can start adding more sets onto those 5. Don't think I'm going to get it to 5 by 5 by the end of the year, but I think I'll be in a position where if I can get 5 repetitions out of 140, which as you see I'm still a little bit of a way off, if I can get 5 repetitions on 140, then I definitely reckon we're going to get close to that 160 by the end of the year, 100%, if not before that. Famous last words. Right, let's see what's going on.
Paint's coming off the walls and there's no showers, the toilets don't work, but there's a great atmosphere there. It's a hard work.
No pussies, amazing.
Time at the top of the stairs, looking down, because you couldn't actually see anything down there. It was just like you're going into a black hole. And you could hear rock music, people screaming, weights banging, and a lot of people were intimidated just to step downstairs. It was too much.
What a gym that is.
It was in this little hole in the ground in Birmingham, and nobody saw me all year round. So this guy they can't see, somehow, you know, it's building.
Insane, isn't it? He's literally in Birmingham, spitting sawdust gym, and that's how he's literally modelling that body, while others are in flipping Gold's Gym and wherever else Arnie and Lou Ferringo were training out of. He's in like a little spitting sawdust basement in Birmingham, building fricking world-class body, Mr. Dorian Yates. Right, I'm going to crack on with another set on back, then we're going to tackle 140. Jeez. Yeah, those two weren't that good, were they? But see if we can get one or two out again. Fingers crossed. Right, we're back and we're tackling 140 again, okay? Changed up, gone from Dorian Yates to a motivational video. I just need some... Need some motivation, need some in there words. Right, 140. See if we can get 2 up on this as well. Let's go again. Double, double. Let's get this done. Last set wasn't brilliant, so I need to dial this one in. Ah. Right, I'm going to see if I'm going to take a slightly closer grip. Take a little bit more off the anterior delt, or the front delts, and put it onto triceps. See if that weights it up a little bit. Right, let's go. Right, that second one did stick a little bit. Probably looked like a little bit of an exaggerated lift, and it was. I kind of got it halfway up, then a quarter of the way up, and then I was like, actually, you know something? I just want to hold it there for a second, punish myself for a rubbish 2 again, to be honest with you. Now the nice thing is, and this isn't an excuse, I promise you, this here, I think when I weighed it a couple of years back when I did that, I think as a TikTok video, I think this came in at about 21.2 kilos or something stupid like that. I'm just ignoring that. I'm just taking all 3 of these as being 20. In my head, they'll value up to 60, whatever happens. So it's still a 140 bar. Yeah, it's annoying. I know I've got 130 for 5.5s. We know that. It's frustrating that I'm only getting 2s and a weak 2 on 140. So we've got some way to go. What I'm thinking is actually, as a bit of a review on tonight, maybe I'm jumping up to 140 a bit too quickly. And I don't mean including and doing what I'm doing now on doubles. What I mean is by only doing 1 set of 5 on 130. I think what I need to do is probably get them out 2 or 3 sets of 5 on 130, then move up to 140. Because I've got pretty decent endurance, especially on chest as well. So I don't think that's going to hammer it out. I think in my head I've gone 130, jumped up by 10, and expecting to hit 3 or 4. And it's kind of the top of where I am at the moment. So yeah, I think maybe I need to, instead of just using 130 as a little bit of a stepping stone to go straight to 140, I need to, now I can do 5 on 130, I've done it twice now. Yeah, I think I've just got to spend a little bit more time on 130. As I said, not just 1 set of 5 like I've done this evening, but maybe 2 or 3 sets of 5 on 130. Still get the volume there, but then move up here. And I still reckon I'll be able to do 2, possibly 3 on that as well. Yeah, I think I've just jumped up a little bit early into that 140 to expect reps. But you've got to challenge yourself. So we are going to do another set on 140. Just going to literally just see if we can get another rep up. So again, not much of a rest on here. I'm just going to do few 1 reps on here and just get used to getting the weight up on the 1 rep. So it's not really ego. Yes, it's strength, but I just want to get you used to having this 140 in my hand and lifting it. Alright, here we go. Cool. Let's just get used to that. Happy days. Right. I'm going to stick on doing a little bit more chest as well. Sorry, more chest. A little bit of back. Then I'm going to go for that 140 again. Then I think I'm going to, because I haven't this week. And as well, I've just got into the mindset of doing pressing. I've got to do some flies. So we're going to do some flies after this. I'm going to stick you around for that. It's not often. I've been just doing bench press, but I said I'm going to do a couple more, just single reps on 140. Hopefully they'll go up. There'll be a point, of course, where it won't. I've got to be careful because I've got no spot or no safety, so I don't want to get into that position where I haven't got the strength. But we're going to do that now. I'm going to get a bit of back done, so I'll see you back in a sec. Okay, believe it or not, I've done a set of back. As per magic. So my rest was my set of back that I've just done. Now we're going to go straight on to another set or another rep. So we've done 2 sets of 2, a single 40. We're going to go for a single 40 again. 140, should I say. Okay. So that's all I'm trying to do with those. Yes, I've got it for a single rep. Just trying to get some control over the weight. It feels so heavy in hand compared to 130, as you would expect. But I just want to get used to holding it at the top as I did there. Controlling on the way down. Then almost a split second pause, then push up. I just want to take that kind of fear out of my brain. And that's why I'm kind of just dropped down to these single reps. And to be honest with you, 2 reps would kill me. I'm not. So, yeah. This is all I did on 130. I literally just worked at it. That's all I'm doing. I'm just getting used to having this type of weight in hand for reps. So even though I'm not doing 5-5 at the moment, it's just getting my brain into, Jesus, we're lifting 140 again. God, we're lifting 140 again. Just getting the whole body prepared for that, muscles prepared for lifting this type of weight, and then we'll start chipping away the 2s, the 3s, the 4, and hopefully onto 5 repetitions in a set. That would be insane. Never ever done 5 repetitions on 140 in my life. So if I can do that on the way to 160, tick tick. And at the age of 47, not going too badly. I'm happy with it. But yeah, one thing I would certainly say is, when I've kind of gone up to this weight before at a younger age, like I was lifting 145 kilos when I was like late 20s. So to be doing it almost 20 years on is insane, which is great. But one thing I will say is, Jesus Christ, you feel it absolutely everywhere at this age, especially in the front delts. Man alive. I used to be able to do a chest session on about 145 kilos. And then the next day, just go, let's do chest again. Now, oh, absolutely battered the living daylights. I've got triceps, chest, but certainly on the shoulders as well. And that's even trying to keep from flaring as well. But, you know, it's old age. Even glucosamine tablets, 2 of those a day doesn't keep the delayed onset muscle soreness away, does it? Okay, right. I'm just going to give myself a little break. Then we're going to go for 140 kg again. So that would have been 2 sets of 2, 2 singles, So that'll be a third single. So that'll be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reps on 140, which is good. I just want to increase the reps at the moment. So where I can't progressively overload on sets as I did on 130, my progressive overload is just how many sets on this weight I'm doing per session. So if I can get 7 reps done this session, potentially next session I'm going to go back to the programming I talked about a couple of minutes ago. But when I go to do this type of programming again, my goal is to get more than 8 or more than 7 repetitions at 140 in that session. So progressively overload on reps until the point where you can get to 5, then you move on to progressive overload on sets. Right, let's get after this. Just got to go up. Happy days, good. Okay. And that was just a better rep than a couple of others as well. That's because I literally just dialed in, bit of a quicker rep, so there's less time under tension, but just use the momentum to get up without any leg drive, nothing at all except for chest, sprinkle of delts, and of course, tries as well. Okay, cool, right, so we're gonna now break down this 140. Now we've done those lucky 7 reps. And then next session we're going to go for 8 and work up to 10 reps. And hopefully that'll be on the way to getting a set of 5. That'll be immense. But we're going to go back down to 130. Then we're going to see what we can do on 130. So I'm just going to go back to those 10s and 5s and I'll see you back in a second. And we're back. So swapped out the other 20 for the 10, the 5. So we're back to 130 kg, okay? 20, 40, 45, 55, each end, axle 20, you can do the maths. So we've done, what did we do today before we tackle? I'm going to see if I can get a 5 out on this. So we just hammered 7 reps on 140. Hopefully I've still got a little bit in the tank. We're just going to batter away at this 130. I don't want to go below that. I don't want to go down to 120 or freaking the game show freaking weight of 100 kilos and smash out 15 reps. We're trying to increase strength here. So let's see how we get on. So 130 kg, see what we can do. I'd love to get a 5 out on this, but we'll find out how this feels in hand and then we'll go from there. Be quite decent if I can do 107 reps on 140, then stick in 5 on 130. That'll be a win from my point of view. Still a little bit disappointed, I'll be honest with you, with my 140 today. I expected more than 2 reps and I didn't expect it to be that difficult. So yeah, I will have to have a look at my programming on this and mix it up a bit, but let's see what we can do on 130. See if I can redeem myself with possibly 5 reps or 3 or 4. Let's see what we can do. Oh, Christ. Just leave it at 4, Barry. Leave it at 4. You've just witnessed possibly the longest repetition on 130 kg ever recorded on social media. That was a battle. I don't have a spotter. I don't have safeties. That 5th one stuck like a mother trucker. Honestly there, 2 minds. Fight or flight. I was 3/4 of the way up that rep and I was bricking it. I was like, I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left. There's nothing left in the triceps. And then I was like, you haven't got a choice. And then literally had to dial it in, squeezed the bar, gripped it like my bloody life depended on it, which it kind of did. pushed it up. That's immense. So we've just done 140 for 7 reps. And then we've just hit an absolutely grueling 5 repetitions on 130. That's a win for me every single time. Happy flipping days. Right, I'm gonna strip this bar down now. Happy with that as an ending. Thank God. We're gonna do some flies, so see you back in a sec. Right, okay, we are ready for flies. Still getting over that near miss on 130. You might be as well. You're like, God, what flowers should we get? I wonder if he wants to be buried or cremated. Right, I've just switched up. I've just got rid of all those weights, cleared that up. Put the bench at a slight incline for these flies. And then we're going to crack on. So I'm going to do about 3 or 4 sets on these flies. I prefer, before anyone asks, these dumbbell flies. Say, for example, cables and different things. As I've explained in videos, cables have their place for time under tension, etc., etc. But you cannot beat dumbbell in hand. Right, let's grab 22.5. And you should be flying just as much as you're pressing. No need at all for the dumbbells to be touching at the top before anyone says anything. You lose tension once you go past shoulder distance as well. So from this point, it turns into a tricep exercise where you try and actually keep the dumbbells above your head. So you want to almost let it get to the top of the roller coaster, and then it goes in reverse, back down again. Nice. Oh, good. Right. Okay. Yowzers. I didn't do that just then, but it has opened it up quite nicely. Not ideal, but there we go. Right. So we got another 2 or 3 sets of those flies. I absolutely love flies. 1, helps strengthen the chest, of course. But 2, it just gives you that decent chest. Pressing gives you the depth. Get depth in chest. Flies for me gives you that nice shape to the chest. So you've got to be doing flies all the time. And there's nothing more satisfying than doing flies with dumbbells in your garage gym. Then you go into one of these flipping commercial gyms, step on their pet fly machine, and you literally roast it. Like literally stack it. I remember it was kind of like, I hadn't been into a pure gym for years. Well, not years, that's an exaggeration, but probably about a year. And I've just been doing flies just at home in the garage with dumbbells. Went in, I was like, okay, I'll do half stack, that should be all right. Breezed it for 10, I was like, feels really light. 3/4 of the stack, breezed it for 10. And I just kept upping it, I was like, there'll be a point where I fail. Stacked it for reps, and quite easily as well. So, you want to increase your strength, jump on barbells and dumbbells. Yes, there's a little place for resistance weights, but not when you've got these as an option. Right, we're just going to go up from 22.5 to 27.5. As I said, just want to keep the dumbbells just at shoulder width here. So not bring them in, don't want to hit them clang, just to here. Where they're still under tension, bring it down. Oh. Oh. Good. Yeah. As a lot of people say as well, it is in the session prep. So was it an ideal day today to be doing heavy chest? Probably not. Didn't have the best night's sleep. I've also driven over 3 hours in the car today with work. So 87 miles one way, 87 miles back, M25, etc, etc. Just sitting in the car. Not great food intake either. I mean, before this, about an hour ago, I had 500 grams of Greek yogurt with some mixed nuts and raisins, and that's all I've had since 7:30 this morning. I literally ate my lunch. That's how sad it was. I made myself lunch, didn't have breakfast, had to get out the door quickly this morning, just wasn't prepped and dialed in. Made myself lunch, and I ate my lunch in the first half an hour in the journey on the way into work. So there was no lunch. Got back this evening, as I said, had a Greek yogurt and straight into the lift. Then I'll eat afterwards. So usually the prep's a lot better. I've usually had far more carbs to give me more energy in the day, but it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? This is a honest day. This isn't a made up day. This is kind of like what you have to do. You have to base things around family, you have to base things around work, you have to base things around illness, injury. Just what happens, you know what I mean? There'll be always these little things that throw in, and like this evening, as I mentioned, am I 100% happy with that 140 lifts? I've got 7 reps, but if I'm honest, no. I wanted to get 3 repetitions on a set, but instead I only managed 2, and they squeaked through. I was happy, however, from dropping down from those 7s to get that 130 for 5. And as you saw, that was a freaking battle, man. That was a battle royale. But proved I could do it, and I did it. Now we're just finishing off with flies, and still some really positive things to come out of it. So yeah, you might have the odd session which you're not happy with. Jesus Christ, it's life, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? What you can't do is let it annoy you, let it feel like you failed. As they always say, you can either call it failure or you can call it learning. I prefer to say I've learned, but I've got to be better prepared when I know I'm going to do a chest session like this. I can't be flapping about in the morning and not have breakfast. I've got to have breakfast, I've got to have lunch, I've got to be carved up for this type of lift. Lesson learned. Well, not lesson learned because I know it. Just sort yourself out. So I'll take positives from the session this evening. And I'll take FYIs as well. So there we go. Oh, right. Jeez. Okay, people. So that is the chest session done. Decent sets of flies there at the end. So as I said, hey, some positive to take out of that. Got to keep my head up. Still well on the road for that 160, 100% there. I did 7 repetitions in one session on 140, which is all good, even if it was a broken up. And then I bounced back with 130 for 5, which I'm well happy about. So it's good. Flies felt good there. Nice control, decent stretch on the chest. So yeah, we're well on to 160. As I said, all I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a little bit more time on that 130 and not literally just go 120 for a couple of reps, 130 for a couple of reps, straight on to 140. I'm going to have to go back to that discipline programming of 5 on 120, 5 on 130. As I said, then another 5 on 130. Then we go to 140. To get it dialed in, just work on that endurance, and we'll get there. 160 is definitely full on. We know we've got 150. We just got to work at that 140. Then 160, we're coming for you, bad boy. That's me done. As I said, if you want to feel like you want to subscribe so you don't miss these videos, do it, absolutely. But love the comments, love the likes. Huge thank you for all the positive comments as well. Absolutely bowled over. Love the banter, love the advice sharing as well. Absolutely spot on. For all of you guys out there that are lifting, for all of you guys that want to implant some wisdom, some expertise to the other people that we've got as a community on this, go ahead. Honestly, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But as I always say, if you're training this evening or over the next couple of days, leave nothing on the bench. Absolutely nothing. Give it 100%. Stay safe. Enjoy yourself. And I'll catch you on the next video, people. Peace out.